right, welcome back to my channel. As promised, we're going to talk about recovery houses and the good, the bad, the ugly, what to watch out for, what's all included. But you know what you have to do. You got to stay tuned. Here we go.
Here is an example of something that perhaps you haven't seen.
That's how it goes. 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 That's how it goes.
Hey, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time being here, my name is Artesia. It is definitely nice to meet you. First, any questions you have, please go ahead and drop a comment down below, and I do my best to always answer them. Anything you want me to research on your behalf, make a video about it, I'll do that too. I have no problem with doing that. But before we move forward, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell to know when I'm going to drop another video. So you got to always stay alert. All right, let's go. So I decided to do something a little different. I decided to let's have an intimate conversation about recovery houses, right? We're in my room, so let's just chat it out. Recovery houses can cost between $900 and $1,800, depending on how long you're going to be staying at the recovery house, right? That's not bad. So depending on the location of the recovery house can also depend on the price of the recovery house. I've learned that some recovery houses have an inflation of price. So let's just say if they are partnered, air quotes, with a surgical facility, they may be a little bit more expensive because that gives them sort of clout. But that doesn't solidify their status of being able to care for us. Yes, because my ethics is coming up. Care for us adequately. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So before we do that, let's backtrack. Hold up. Come back. Let's talk about what you get with this money though. So maybe for 3 days, you may pay $900 something, 3 days. For like 5 days, you may pay like $1,100 for 5 days of care. And then for like 7 days of care, you're now you're pushing about maybe $17, $18, and $19, depending on the facility that you're gonna go with. Okay. Now, what you get with that? You get transportation, not bad. You get meals. You get 3 meals and 2 snacks, kind of like adult daycare. You also get prescription pickups. That's pretty standard. Then from prescription pickups, you also get massages. Now that's maybe 2 massages, 3 massages. This really depends on the recovery house that you're going to, that you get those massages. So keep that in mind when I say massages. I'm gonna come back to that. You also get 24-hour care, supposedly. Now, when I say supposedly, I mean, there's stipulations behind that 24 hours of care, right? So basically, what it boils down to is you have someone there caring for you for 24 hours a day, air quotes, that's making sure that you're getting your meals, you're staying hydrated, you're getting your medicines, you're going to your post-op appointments because that's what they're supposed to do. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. When they say 24 hours for recovery house, this is what you're supposed to look for. The person that's going to be there caring for you for that 24-hour time period. What's their credentials? I mean, if you are putting this person, if this person essentially, I don't want to say like have your life in their hands because that's kind of dramatic, but what I mean by that is if we break it down and say, okay, so for 24 hours, you're taking care of me, but how many other patients, if you will, are you caring for? There's got to be a ratio to that, right? You can't have like one person to like 5 dolls or 5 women. That's just not how that works. I mean, it could, but I mean that I wouldn't want it to work that way. It's almost like if you take your child to daycare and you don't want your baby to be at a daycare with like 8 different infants and 1 teacher. Same concept. Only this time it's you, and you're getting this in invasive surgery. You're putting that person in charge of your life. So to me, ratio is really important, and the credentials are super important. And I'm not just being like negative Nancy. I'm just being honest. When it comes to that sort of thing, I would think that's an important aspect is credentials, making sure that person is actually able to care for you. Make sense, right? That's important. Someone caring for you. Then think about when they say that they're going to give you massages. Because I've read this someplace. So massages. When you say, so here's a question that you ask the recovery house. When you say massages, do you mean lymphatic massages, or do you just mean a regular massage? Because sometimes in the verbiage now, they didn't say lymphatic, they just said massages. It's important to differentiate the two because technically they're not lymphatic massages. In the event they do say they're going to offer those kind of massages, what's their credentials? Are you certified to do that? So it's important to go ahead and make sure that you're doing your homework in regards to those massages, because that's the key to your recovery. The key to your recovery is making sure that you're getting your post-op massages to make sure that the fluid is being drained. If you're staying at a recovery house that is not doing the right kind of massages, then you're jeopardizing your recovery. There's 1, 2. All right, then next, food. What they feeding you, right? Whenever you're doing your research, look back at the meals that they're feeding their past clients and see how consistent how healthy the meals are, how consistent the meals are. If they're staying hydrated, are their clients happy? Now that's important. I don't rely heavily on reviews because those reviews can be their friends. Just being transparent is real. I want to see real live people posting on your page with pictures and stuff that show that they're real clients. That's just me personally, because anybody could buy reviews. Calling a spade is true. So don't rely heavily on somebody's reviews and that their house is, so prestigious, because it ain't even that. Not even that. Next, don't look at a recovery house as if they're higher than another recovery house, because that recovery house is recommended by the surgical facility. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if they're partnered with the surgical facility. They're not held to the surgical facility standards. I've seen some stuff. So they're not. So because somebody said, oh, we're partnering with the facility and they'll book for us, that's true, they will book for you. But the fact still remains, I want to do my own homework. Plain and simple. Nothing wrong with that. Also, when it comes to recovery house's location, where's it located at? Is it clean? Those are the kind of things you got to look at. I don't just look on Facebook or Instagram and take things at face value. I research and I dig. And when I say I dig, I go to the owner's pages, personal pages. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see how you are acting on your personal page, because that's gonna determine how you care for me in your recovery home. Being honest. You can't be this way on your personal page and then this way on your business page, because something ain't adding up. Facts are facts. So you're not gonna get me caught up. So that's one thing that I will also look out for, and making sure that I'm not sure if I covered this or not. So maybe I'm tripping, but maybe I didn't, or I did cover it. I'm gonna say it anyway. Make sure that if you are having a 24-hour, 24-hour care, make sure that if the primary caregiver is leaving the recovery house, that whoever he or she has in place to take care of you has the same credentials as they do, if not more. Because you're paying money to get taken care of. And man, we are leaving our lives in these recovery houses' hands. Just pause. I'm not staying at a recovery house. I have family in Chicago and I'm going to stay with them. Recovery house wasn't even an option for me because I didn't feel that I would get the right kind of help. My opinion, solely on me. Don't decide what you do by what I've done. It's just me personally. That's just how I feel. Which brings me to this. If you're going to go to a recovery house, they don't have no credentials with the state. They have nothing but a apartment and some beds set up, twin beds. Then guess what? You can get you and your homegirl or your husband or your boyfriend or your mom or your cousin to go fly with you to wherever you going and get an Airbnb and have them take care of you. At least they'll have your best interest at heart versus you putting your lives in someone's hand that really just ain't worried about it because you another bed to them, because when you get done, the other one are rolling in. Okay, so make sure that you're checking their credentials. So, Facebook. I saw on Facebook where, and I won't say names, and even with me saying this, people may know who I'm talking about. But on Facebook, I saw in a group where an owner of a recovery house had a grievance, or wait, back up. The client had a grievance with the recovery home's owner. The recovery owner decided to go on the group that I'm in and go live and talk about how disgusted she was and how aggravated she was, and just saying all kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, this is the business you want somebody to come look at? Never. It's a lot of pop-up recovery houses. I'm gonna go ahead and just say the state, Illinois. I'm gonna just go ahead and say the city, Chicago. There's so many recovery houses in Chicago popping up. It's almost scary. You gotta make sure you're doing the work. If I look on somebody's page, and this was me before, but if you look on someone's page on Instagram, because Instagram tell a true story, you go on there, see how many posts they got on Instagram, how many likes they got. See what the conversation is like on their Instagram. Real talk, go do that. Any recovery house that you're looking into going to, one, check the medical boards or the licenses there in the state to see if they had any disciplinary actions or if they even got a license. Ask them for their credentials. I asked the lady for her credentials. The woman that's going to do my lymphatic massages, man, she is on point. I'm gonna go ahead and shout her out. Nurse Keto. Love her to pieces. She got credentials behind her name. Not to mention, I looked her up. Sure did. Looked her up, and her associates looked her up. When she posted that she had a new person coming onto her team to be part of her traveling RNs and nurses, guess what she posted? The credentials of that particular person. I'm here for it. I'll pay whatever I need to do to have her take care of me. And she travels. So yeah, I'm going to definitely have Nurse Keita come to the house. So shout out to her. No plug, but really, just shout out to her for just being awesome. So she made the transition from me. She made the transition from not knowing to knowing so much easier because she was I don't know, good at what she do. She wasn't trying to sell me. She wasn't abrasive in my inbox. When I had a question, she answered. And I mean, she answered. So with that being said, I would say do your research. Go to social media and look at some stuff. I mean, if I was you, I'll go to Facebook and put the name in the actual search option. Don't put person, put posts. and see all they've been posting about. I even saw one comment in the group that I'm in where a client was upset because they were fed the same exact meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Same exact snack. I mean, when you're paying so much money, you honestly, truly can get a gourmet meal. Let's break it down to the math right quick. Let's just say you have a apartment or home, right? The home is a 4-bedroom home. Maybe the mortgage on the home or the rent on the home is like $2,500 a month. Maybe just say it's like $3,000 a month. All of your bills and stuff like that. Each girl that comes to that recovery house is paying upwards $1,800. Think about that. Not only do you have one girl or 5 girls or 3 girls or 4 girls every, 7 days? That's like every week you got 4 sets of girls coming in, paying $19 apiece. Recovery houses are getting banked. So if you're not getting anything less than amazing, that's a problem for me. Plain and simple. So that being said, I would just make sure that you're checking and doing your research. I know that there's one recovery house that I've seen in Chicago. It was bad. I won't even say the name. Oh, I want to so bad, but I won't do that because I know how business is and I just won't expose nobody. This is not I'm here to educate you all so that we can be on the same page and all stay safe together. That's my only goal, not to expose nobody, not to do anything underhanded or dirty or not for clout. I just want to make sure that I am divulging what I know so that you don't make those mistakes. But what I will say is check with people. Check with people. It's okay to ask questions. Don't go with just any old body because you want your surgery date to go through. If all else fails, sis, stay in a hotel or Airbnb and get your cousin to come with you. Anybody. Just don't choose a recovery home just because. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think that's my time. Any questions you have, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I always try to do my best to answer any questions that you may have. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already done so. And just don't forget, do the homework. The hard part was deciding to do the surgery. The research, that's the easy part. Don't let these people just get your money and get off easy. Look them up. But again, thank you so much for coming back and checking out my video. The next video that I'm going to do is going to be based on fajas because, man, I was so confused about fajas and why you get one and what kind to get, the best kind to get and all of that good stuff. So you don't want to miss that one. So if you haven't already done so, like, share, and subscribe. Till next time.